Yesterday, I had a nightmare. I dreamed about a children's program that I used to see when I was a kid. I think all day about the program, but I could not remember on what channel it was emitted. I decided to call my friends if they could give me more information. Somebody remember this program? It was called Candle Cove. I was 6 or 7 years old when it was emitted. I could not find any reference about this show, but I think it was coming out of a local channel out there in 1970 or 1972. Back then, I lived in Ironton. I don't remember about the channel, but I remember that it was broadcast at 4 p.m.
It seemed to me very familiar. I grew up in the suburbs of Ashland. I was 9 years old in the 72. Candle Cup was about pirates. I remember of a pirate puppet at the entrance of a cave talking with a little girl.
Yes, cool, I'm not crazy. I remember about the pirate Percy. I was scared. It looks like it was built with some parts of other dolls, something very low budget. His head was of a porcelain baby doll that it looks very old and it did not match with his body. I don't remember the channel. I don't think that was in WTSF.
I think that Candle Cup came out just for a couple months in the 71. I was 12 years old and sometime I saw it with my siblings. It was in the channel 58 and my mother let me put it after the news. Let me what I remember. The place was Candle Cove, and it was about a little girl who imagined herself being friends with pirates. The name of the ship was Laughing Stock. The pirate was called Percy, and he was a not very good pirate because he was scared easily, and there was a constant music. I don't remember what's the name of the little girl, Janice or Jade or something like that. I think it was Janice. Thank you, Fernanda. Memories came to me when you said Loginstad and the Channel 58. I remember the bow of the ship. It had a smiling face, with its somber chin. I remember especially about how weird when changed the model of the hood to the puppet version in the face to speak.
I remember too, Omara. Do you remember this? You have to go inside.
Ah, Javiera, I got chills when reading this. Yes, I remember this. It was what the ship say always to Percy when he had to go to somewhere gloomy, like a cave or a dark room with some treasure. And then the camera zoomed to the face of Loginstock slowly. You have to go inside, with its squinting eyes and its chins that like falling. It looks like so proud and horrible. Someone remembers the villain? His face had only a mustache made with a handlebar on a pile of thin teeth.
Honestly, I thought that the villain was the pirate Percy. I was like 5 years old when it was issued this program. It was a full of nightmare. He was not the villain, the puppet with the mustache. He was Percy's body, Horacio Horrible. He has a monocle too, but it was on the mustache. I remember that I thought that he had just only one eye, but yes, the villain was another puppet, the steel skins. I can't believe the things that let us see before. Holy Mother, the steel skins, what kind of children's show did we see? I really could not watch TV every time that the steel skins appeared. Simply he came down from nothing with his thread. He was a dirty skeleton wearing a tall and brown hat at his coat, and his glassy eyes were too big for his skull. Was the hat and the coat sound very weird? Wasn't it supposed to be the children's skins?
Yeah, I think so. I remember that his mouth did not open or close. His jaw was moving from one side to another. I remember that the little girl said, "Why your mouth is moving like that?" And the steel skins didn't look at the little girl but to the camera and said, "For take your skin."
I feel so relieved that people remember this horrible show. I used to have an unpleasant memory, like a bad dream when at the end of the song, at the beginning of the show, a black screen appears and all of the characters were there. But the camera kind of cut off each of their faces, and everyone was screaming and the puppets moved strangely and there were only shouts and screams. The little girl just complained and cried as if she had been enduring all of this for hours. I woke up many times with this nightmare. I used to wet my bed every time I had it.
I didn't think it was a dream. I remember this. I remember it was an episode.
No, that is not possible. There was no history or anything. I mean, I was literally crying and screaming while all the show.
Maybe I'm imagining things because you said this, but I promise you that I remember of seeing what you described. They just showed.
Yes, the little girl, Janice, I remember having seen her tremble, and the steel skins screaming through his thin teeth. His chin moved so aggressively that I thought that is what's going to get rid of the metal thread that holds it. I remember that I turned off the program, and it was the last time I saw it. I ran to tell it to my brother, and we didn't have the courage to turn on the TV again.
I visited my mother at the residence today. I asked her if when I was 8 or 9 years old, if she remembered a certain program, Candle Cup. She was surprised that I remembered it. I asked her why, and she told me, because it was very strange that you told me I'm going to see Candle Cup, Mom, and that you put to the TV without program any channel and you only saw it pure static for 30 minutes. You had a huge imagination with your little pirate program, daughter.